Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So by now I think that all of you who love Louis Vuitton have already caught Pharrell's debut collection for the men's Spring-Summer 2024, and it was all over the media, all over the news, and I think everybody shared in the excitement of it all, and it was very well received. So I've watched Cassie Thorpe's video and also Jessie Styles, and I will put both links to their video and their channel in the description box down below. I have always been curious as to how to make commentary videos like these, so this is my first stab at it. Try to be kind if you have any feedback to me, and I will greatly appreciate it. Well, first off, we have 1 out of 62. As you can see, at least there are 62 photographs that my SA has shared, and in the first few slides, we'll go through the multicolored speedies, which are, I believe, the highlight of this. At least we are going through all the bags that are released in this video. We're starting off here with the yellow speedy, but this is the millionaire speedy, which they are supposedly going to ask €1,000,000 for, and it is completely made out of crocodile leather and not even a bit of calf skin on it, and all the hardware on it is supposed to be made of 18 karat gold, including a diamond encrusted lock set. You can see that every single part of this is actually crocodile. Even the vaqueta looking parts are made of, like the luggage tags, the handles, the clochette for the key, and the straps are made of croc. On the second image here, you can see already with the houndstooth in the outfit and the pearls and the very baroque and showy costume jewelry that this does have a lot of elements of Chanel, like I think Jessie Styles pointed out in her video, and a lot of people also have remarked that Pharrell has had a relationship with Chanel before, having actually designed one of their collections before, and so he does have a very close relationship with that fashion house, and now he's importing all of that because he incorporated Chanel in part of his own personal style, and I think he's just reflecting it into these collections, which I do appreciate actually. We all look to Pharrell as a singer and a producer and a multi-hyphenate. I think is a very good choice as creative director, because Louis Vuitton is trying to expand into places where it is going to be more than just a luxury goods house. It wants to be sporting goods, stationery, whatever. I can't think of it right now, but it does try to expand into different fine jewelry, watches, all of that. It's trying to encompass more and more departments in lifestyle. Moving back to the bags here, this is a limited edition Speedy 40, and this is only offered currently to the trunk. It was on Matt D74's Instagram. I'll put the links to all the people that I've mentioned. He mentioned that this Speedy is only going to be offered to clients who have bought their hard-sided trunks. Here you have a gigantic looking, it looks like a 50 actually, a red Speedy, and I did hear that he did take a lot of inspiration from Canal Street knockoffs, and I can see that. It does look, you know, off the bat, these images come off as very vibrant, but also sort of cheap in a way, but I like that play between high and low, where you think that is a cheap imitation bag, but it isn't, and it's actually made of the finest leather. So one thing I do notice with the slouchiness of it is that if you see the edges of these bags, this blue one's very pretty too. I think this is a 25 size. The piping details show the kind of warping that you would get on a soft leather bag. And you can see it here as well in the green one. Ooh, the green looks so beautiful, and you can tell that it isn't canvas because of just the way the light falls on the leather. It looks kind of more lustrous, and I think later on when we look at the damier ebene pieces with the colored gigantic checks on it, you can see that the way the light falls on the canvas actually hits it a bit differently. I do really like the green one. It is this like lawn green or bowling green kind of green. The white does play off very well off it, but I do wonder whether these white bits actually wear off easily, and these are the crumpled looking piping details that I am not sure I like the appearance of it. I am of the old school camp where I do like my Speedy bags very structured, so seeing the Speedy in this light does give me a new appreciation for it, and I do think that is the beauty of these bags. And from the bottom of the bag, you see that there is a seam at the base. I don't know if they're going to be upside down, like this LV logos will be upside down on the other side, like a typical Speedy would have. And here we have a gigantic, I think it's either a 55 size or even larger. It looks like a 50 size Speedy at least. And I've noticed that the bandoliers, actually, moving back to the second image, the bandolier style, he's taken away that leather strap there. And I know people initially, when the Speedy bandolier first came out, people actually had a problem with that entire leather strip on the side of the bag. And I've kind of grown used to it because I only started collecting Speedies much later when Speedy bandoliers did exist. And I don't know whether that strip does help with the integrity, the structural loading of the bag, or whether just reducing it to this little tab here makes a difference. And I hope that they've done enough research to be able to tell how it loads, especially on such a large size bag. I mean, it's kind of nice and squishy. It does play along with the current trends. So I do think that Pharrell does put together a collage of a lot of current trends in fashion and pop culture. And here we have this gorgeous, gorgeous rose gold Speedy bandolier. It is beautiful, and it definitely harkens back to that mirror collection that we saw back in 2019, I believe, with the silver mirrored collection from Virgil Abloh, and also reminds me of, because I do think there's an Alma version of it, the gigantic Alma version, and that does give us a lot of Paris and Kim Kardashian in the throwback days, I think in the early noughties. The monogram does continue as a wrap around the bag, so I would expect that the back side or the other side of the Speedy would have the inverted monogram logos like our current Speedies do have. Yeah, and I think that maybe that is how we have come to know and love Speedies. I wonder if this is actually leather or canvas. And here also he plays with the idea of scale and proportion by blowing up the epi print into this denim pattern overlay. So there's a lot of street style. It's giving me skater boy, but it's also giving me bougie Upper East Side skater boy with his little speaker dangling from his belt hoop. And there you have the Chanel elements again. You have the pearls and the chains. And this is a closer look at that bag. There is an on-the-go bag that is very similar, and I will put the name of that on-the-go bag. So in the recent years, before quiet luxury was a thing, there's been this logo mania that's been going on, and there's been this push for designers to make the logos and the monograms to be enlarged and blown out of scale. And I like this play with proportions. I also like the graphic design play with the pouch, the black leather pouch bag with the debossed silver film LV logo on the black leather. The leather looks so soft, so supple, like smooth calf skin, honestly. And I like that he went through a process of subtraction, like subtracting the monograms, fleur-de-lis, and just leaving the placement of the LV logo, the monogram, right where they would be. And it's just like a nice play on that. And I do appreciate little moves like that. So with the large monogram, blowing things out of size, like if we saw in Nicolas Gassoquet's collection for the women, I think 2 seasons ago, where we had this gigantic key clay, a gigantic key clochette as a bag. And he's just having a Honey, I Shrunk the Kids moment or Lilliputians moment where you encounter things that are small and you blow it out of proportion. And I think that there's an amalgamation of that in our current cultural fashion sphere. And Pharrell, while I don't think in this collection he has done anything new, he has a very good pulse on what has been going on, what's been cool, and what to appropriate from each trend. Oh, and this is a very gorgeous croc bag. And I think he's very good at taking all these elements and putting them together. So it's very sellable, very commercial, but very also pleasing and something that feels very natural to us as consumers. I do think that's his strength. So unlike Virgil, where he was whimsical, he was imaginative, he had this vision where he was going to take LV into a new direction. Pharrell is riding off that, and he's not creating anything new, but he's also making a collage of very different influences in our pop culture. He does have this sense of like joy and exuberance and limitless energy, you know, and he takes all these elements like old school loafers, sports socks. Honestly, these socks remind me of Harajuku girls. And then you see that Paris Hilton and Kim Kardashian's iconic mirrored Elma, he's kind of like put a male spin on it by putting these suspended straps that you see on the keep all as well. And he's making the Elma, putting on the keep all elements, the luggage tag, and the handle strap. And you know, like it's nice that he's playing with that. I also like how in this travel size Elma, he has put some D-rings on the side, and that solves the Elma's issue that I've always had an issue with the Elma when it comes to shoulder straps. Not only is the shoulder strap not adjustable, but it's too long for most people. And on top of that, the weight distribution or the structural distribution of that Elma BB, it's like this extra metal loop on the handle and goes around onto the other handle. And I really dislike that. And I like how that old money aesthetic, quiet luxury aesthetic is kind of like playing back here, coming back into play, where you have these loafers, but he's kind of like blinged it up and he made it bougie, so it's not quiet luxury. I like this. I like that it's very loud luxury, but with, you know, he took quiet luxury elements and said, hey, I'm not playing that game. I'm going to make it loud. I'm going to make it creative and fun. So I don't know, that's the novelty item with the boat, the ship or a yacht in a bag. And yeah, here we have this Elma, again the male version of the Elma with the two suspended straps and the keep all elements, which I really do appreciate that it comes with a luggage tag. I mean, like, finally somebody understands that we LV lovers love a luggage tag on whatever bags that we have. I also like the fabric on this embroidery with the faces on this collection, and we can see it here. I mean, further down we can see it also in the leather pieces with this dark chocolate leather piece. It's coming off pretty well. And I like also this little nano speedy that's so cute, and it also comes with this. So I don't know if you guys noticed, but he's modified all their locking system where the lock has this metal bar that you can hang the lock and display it on, and previously you could lock it together with the zipper tab down that way through this hole in the zipper tab. It looks pretty nice. Just for you guys information, my SA came back to me on the pricing. So this emerald green is a gorgeous emerald green. Again, I see how they like to honor the print, even though I guess this seam here must have been necessary in this Speedy 40. He's still putting the monogram up on the upside down side on the other side of the Speedy, like the Speedies that we have come to know and love have. There is always this saying that if a Speedy, you can always tell if a Speedy is counterfeit if both monograms face upwards on both sides, because it's supposed to be a continuous wrap of the canvas around from the front to the back. And here we have more houndstooth in the damier, rendered in damier, and I love the play of the different scales of houndstooth here. So there's a very preppy vibe. Actually, Pharrell himself dresses kind of prep, and I like the bad schoolboy vibes that it gives off, you know, with the blinged out skater boy chains. And then you have this like suiting detail that harkens back to like old England. And then you have this loud, grassed out LV belt buckle and this calligraphy emblem. I like that. And then you have this Baroque elements, the Baroque brooch and the fleur-de-lis. So I love this. It's very like coat of arms, but very Baroque. And I love this mirrored, I don't know what this is, this clutch. It looks like a hard-sided clutch. You could put like your $100 bills in it, I suppose. Yeah, and then it has these pearl details as usual. And here's another look at faces of people of color, and I think it's really nice. I like it so much that it is like, it reminds me of Very Troubled Child, and I don't know if you guys know the brand. And here you have these keep all elements like the handle strap to put the handles together, to secure the handles together, and you have this silver hardware. It looks like a bit of a matted silver. I like it even more in the denim. I love it here. It looks very smart. And I like so much this Elma BB version with the straps. it's kind of like saying, hey, you know, the women's line has the Elma BP, so the men's line will have the Elma, but it's like a butch version with the suspended straps. And you know, I like the keep all rendering on it. Oh, and I really wanted this bag, this yellow Speedy. It looks like a size 25. I also like so much the color. I love how there's not much of a contrast between the yellow and the white monogram, so it's a little less subtle, but it is also bright yellow. This pre-treated vacata leather will patina over time, and it will develop this deep honey brown. And I think that would look fantastic with this bright yellow color, and also the green, the emerald green is really, really beautiful. And I can imagine that playing off the dark honey patina really well for the vacata trims. And I like that because it's a slouchy Speedy, you're not going to be afraid for that worn-in, used look. It's going to look very like it's lived its life with you. It's got its own history, and I really love that for a Speedy bag instead of like trying to obsessively keep it pristine. Anyway, I asked how much this bag, this yellow Speedy 25, is going to be, and it is, this yellow one is supposed to be 7,500 euros from what I seen on Matt D74's Instagram account. And my SA, I told him I was interested in this bag because I genuinely was, but oh my god guys, the price. So for those of you who are in Singapore, it is going to be a whopping 15,000 Sing dollars, and I think that's about equivalent in Australian dollar and Canadian dollars as well. $15,000 for a leather Speedy. We can obviously see that Pharrell really is trying to elevate the Speedy to this level where it is legendary, and its price reflects that. I mean, we had the Capucines bag that didn't really know. I mean, we like the Capucines bag, but let's face it, it's not that legendary status the way you have the Chanel Classic Flap, you have the Birkin and Kelly, and how I think in Cassie Thorpe's video, she has mentioned that what makes a bag classic and legendary is having a classic and legendary woman behind it. And for the Speedy, it's always been Audrey Hepburn, and I think Pharrell recognizes that, and he is very shrewdly elevating the Speedy to that level of legendary, and I'm here for it. I mean, I'm not going to throw my $15,000 at it because that's good Birkin money right there, but I can see it. I mean, like, I see you, Pharrell, I see what you're doing, and I applaud you. So moving on, we have a very Bottega Matthew Blazy moment, or a Daniel Lee for Burberry. Actually, this feels very Daniel Lee for Burberry with the colors and even the monogram. You can see that in this fur coat here. You can see the fleur-de-lis patterns. It's kind of chaotic with the fur, but I like the way that it there is kind of an order behind the chaos here. So it requires some looking at it, and then, you know, the more you look, the more you find details that pop up to the eye, and I like that very much. This definitely is a Speedy in the size 50, and I love that Pharrell took the Speedy and made it for the men. Oh my god, here we have the pièce de la résistance. I don't know if I said it right. It's very Chanel-esque, right down to the beautiful Chanel-esque jacket in the damier pattern, and it's reflected also in, it's picked up on the socks as well. You can see the bit of that checkerboard pearl thing going on. I love this. I absolutely love this. I think this, to me, is my favorite piece. I mean, if I were to own something, if I were to actually buy something, I think it would have to be this yellow Speedy in the leather. But this piece, oh my god, I asked my sales associate how much it would cost, and get this, guys, it is going for a whopping 80,000 Sing dollars. Yes, it's insane. It's very improbable that any of these pearls are real pearls. I think they're all manufactured. They can call it hand-painted or whatever, but they're not real pearls. And neither are any of these emeralds, or what is this blue one here? Is that a diamond sparkle or blue? I have no idea. These sequins, they're so nice. I mean, look at this orange, this peachy orange. It's so beautiful. And like the use of different sizes of pearls to fill up the checkerboard, you know, it really does feel like a new era. I love it. I love this. And here we have that repeated in this black and white checkerboard with the different pearls as well. And then you have a very Chanel-esque dainty little bucket bag with the ruching and the damier print. It's damier everywhere because I think Pharrell knows very well that damier is the original bloodline of Louis Vuitton, was the damier print. And I like that he understands that nobody wants like screaming LV logos all the time. I mean, yes, sometimes we're here for it.
And, very well, might be here, like this brown monogram canvas. That's great. And we like this too. But for the rest of us, like, it's nice to have something else to lean back on that is very iconic of the fashion house. It has the history to back it up with, but also subtle enough not to be like screaming LV, because there's the power of the word that cannot be denied. Like, if you had a word, your eye would and your brain would honestly just hone in on the word instead of a visual element or a graphic print like that. So he understands that it cannot always have lettering. You cannot always overwhelm the senses with this LV logo. Oh my god, look at this east-west version of the Elma BB. And I'm just calling it the Elma BB even though it's not a BB. I don't think it's the BB size. And this is beautiful. And look at the leather that is rendered in. I love that. And this looks more like Loewe's calfskin leather. And I think that this is like equivalent to Loewe's. It's kind of like smooth-like, but not completely smooth. You can see some graining on this bag here. So you can see some of the natural leather coming through, but it's still smooth enough to pick up some shine, some sheen to it. It's very beautiful. It's very luscious looking, very buttery, soft. I really like this East-West version. I wish this version came in a gold as well. That would be awesome. Here we have the basketball. It's kind of like giving me Chanel novelty, métier d'art type of vibes. I always think that it's great to have a novelty piece. I love this light green boucle jacket and shorts set, giving me very tennis, gentleman, sportsman vibes. The scale being blown up, the checkerboard thing coming to play again. This is like damier madness, and it's all over here. Here we can see the damier pieces. You have this luggage bag. I'm not sure what it's called, but it's like a travel piece. So all these men's bags are very travel friendly sizes. That is going to come in actually canvas. Is going to come at a much more palatable price point. I think that's great for everybody. This looks like a gigantic shoe bag. I love this. Everybody likes this as well, I think. The damier pixelated Pont Neuf on the Pont Neuf bridge. I think I'm not even halfway through. I love this denim jacket with the pearls. I think this leather on this trompe l'oeil paper bag effect, it's been done. Everybody's done it before. I think it started with Jill Sander in 2012, I want to say. There was a Jill Sander paper bag. It was just like brown paper bag, the way you get takeouts or whatever, and very New York. I think it was this year, right? Like Matthew Blazy made the brown paper bag. Matthew Blazy was all about using very fine materials and making trompe l'oeil items that look very commonplace and everyday. The Kate Moss in that denim t-shirt and jeans set. Yeah, so taking something like that and making it out of the finest leather, that is something that's been done. I guess Louis Vuitton had to have their version of it. And here you see again, like, I think even this ribbon, the blue ribbon of the Louis Vuitton paper bag, it is made of leather. The words look like they're sewn on with this extra piece of leather instead of being just embossed. It looks slouchy, it looks fine. I'm not, it doesn't blow me away again. Like, I think Pharrell, he notices things that are conversation starter that you will want to talk about, that feels very current, and he's got a very good way of putting it together in a very pleasing way that consumers will enjoy. And also more of this travel bag. We have this round cylindrical piece here. That's cute. And it looks like there's some sheen to this sports pants. I think it's like sports shorts. And as usual, I love that they all had fingernails, like their manicures done in the damier as well. That's such a nice detail. There's really commitment to the damier going on there. And I think this damier piece will sell very well. This looks like the 30 size Speedy. It's giving me Steven Sprouse kind of vibes, with the loud colors, but in the brown, LV brown. And he's doing the same with this is a very nice mix of materials. Like, there's a sheen to, and there's even embroidery where the green is, and I like that so much. This is a very nice material on the jacket going on. Oh my god, look at these boots. These shoes have like the damier on the soles of it as well, so everywhere you would leave damier footprints wherever you go. I think that is so smart. Cute little bag with the vacata leather, and there's a lot of bum bags in this collection. I think I just saw that Kim Kardashian had a gigantic bum bag as well, in the fur, in the damier fur. She was wearing it with a matching camel tights and tank top. Anyway, I'm just going to stick to the bags for now because we're just halfway through. And this one is, if the side trunk and the papillon bag had a baby, it would look like this bag here. It's nice. It's got a nice slouch in the center, which is very current. Here we're moving into the damier, the play on all the damier prints, and I love that he has an underlying fabric where, as you can see, this looks like wool or felt of some kind. He's printed the yellow on top of it. So there's this overlay of patterns that I really love. And the patterns on different scales being overlaid on each other. I'm here for that. That's nice. This is very Chanel. This quilting here on the shoes, that's very Chanel. I suppose that's just the damier print laid at an angle and skewed. That would give you quilting as well. I'm just going to move forward. I like this denim. I like the way it's been rendered as well with the de-stressed damier going on. I wonder how they manufacture these. You know, like when they weave it, it's kind of like part of the weave, isn't it? The bright yellow stitching, that's a nice detail. That's kind of like this bright yellow stitching is something that you see on the vachetta, like over here. Yeah, they're picking up on a lot of details. I like this little cute diamond piece. It's very playful. It's all very playful. Oh. Okay, so two things. This is the Elma bag in the GM size, and it's been rendered into a travel size. Okay, it's not really the Elma actually, it's thicker on the sides, but no doubt you can all see how scratched up this piece is. I quite like the scratched up look. I think it looks like it's been used. It's been through some travels. It's seen things. And I like that. I really do. Like that it has feet. We have more SLGs. I think people have seen. I've seen this thumbnail matching the key clay. This is a cute piece to have. I think that if you just wanted one piece from this collection, this little key clay is nice to have. Oh my god, guys, I am so distracted by the embroidery over this wool. It looks like different materials. I love the play of materials. I want to touch them. Like this looks like it's embroidered. I don't know. It's like a sheen to it. I love it. Love the sheen. I love the dimensionality that he's giving each of these pieces with the colors going on. And more of these gigantic bum bags. Oh, they also come with a luggage tag. See, Pharrell knows. He knows that we like a luggage tag. Like, we all like luggage tags. And I was kind of bummed out that it's so difficult to get one. They stopped selling them. Apparently now you can only get a luggage tag when you have a keep all and it needs replacing. So this one is more like a paper bag where, you know, you fold the top down and then it's a clutch. Whereas this is actually a proper paper bag. You can see the Louis Vuitton words here. Pieces of leather, I think leather, like sewn with the embroidery, the Louis Vuitton blue embroidery. I do like that effect. I'm not really here for the bag though. I'm not sure who's gonna buy these. By virtue of where I live, this socks, it feels very Harajuku to me. I went through that kind of socks moment when I was a teenager, so I understand it very well. Here you have, I think this is the Christopher backpack, and in the damier, let's just fast forward it, another more damier madness, a cute green. I like this green. It's very like Kermit green kind of coat. I like that. Oh, I really like this satchel backpack. In fact, I think I bought my husband a backpack like this before in like regular leather, not like anything branded. But I love it. I love it with the gold and this chocolate. Oh my god, this is what I'm talking about. They should have made the Elma with this gold and chocolate, deep chocolate brown. This is nice. This is really nice with the satchel straps. I love that. So this is more like hunting gear kind of vibes, or riding satchels on your horses. So, and here you have the camel. Okay, we're getting into the camouflage now. So that's the damier ebene with camouflage. I'm not a big fan of camo in general, but I can see how this appeals. It's giving me Minecraft. I think a lot of people have said that. Here you have the Horizon suitcase, but it's like it made a baby with the Christopher backpack. And so you have all these utilitarian pockets and straps and a matching blanket, felt like wool blanket. I like that. That's cute. Oh, I like this. I really like this. So I like this. This is definitely giving me Very Troubled Child vibes. So I think that if you guys don't know Very Troubled Child, they were very much inspired by the luggage in the Darjeeling Limited, this Wes Anderson movie. And I loved it. I could have sworn that Louis Vuitton actually custom made their luggage for that movie. And I like that. It's coming up here. It's giving me the same Very Troubled Child Savannah vibes in that color. But this is the vachetta leather, if I'm not wrong. Is it vachetta? It might not be vachetta, actually. I don't know, but it's scratching up real easily like that black one over there. Like the black one that we saw earlier. And I don't mind it. I think it actually looks more appealing. Just feels very, very substantial. Like something to be used and to carry you through your life. I like that very much. I think if it came in a smaller piece, I might be here for it, provided they don't charge me $15,000 for it. This is more bum bags going on. I think the gigantic bum bags are not bad. They're kind of useful, and the straps look very substantial, very comfortable. This detail of the jacket that Pharrell wore at the end. Oh, here we get a view of this studded luggage tag. The jacquard on this camouflage fabric, it's really pretty. You can see that it's just intricately woven in as one piece. Actually, these camouflage pieces do look like canvas to me. So I'm just going to fast forward through these. Oh my god, but I shouldn't have said that. This is cute. This little croc monster, it's cute. It's a cute ugly bag. Moving on. Oh, here we go. This is back to that bag, the gigantic alma. This is interesting. So this is the Chanel pull strap. It's coming off very cheap here. It's reading like very cheap beading. This clashing of luxury, fine luxury, and utilitarian with the camouflage that's coming together, and all this like sequin details in the exact shade. Yeah, I'm not mad about it. I mean, I can appreciate it, but I'm not really. It's not really my thing. I'm not really into those colors. Yeah, here we have a very Chanel-esque jacket, but it's a bit too minimal almost for it to be Chanel, apart from that detail of the pearl. Yeah, sort of austere jacket paired with the very maximalist elements of the pearl embellishments and the camo details and the sequins. This is a very beautiful shade of sage green, and coming in a croc leather that is beautiful. Oh, that's a nice shoe detail, a buckle detail over there. I like that. It's got this kind of steampunk vibes. Actually, many elements of Pharrell is very steampunk. Even his tiny little glasses, that's very steampunk. So there's like, you know, here we have a marriage, a confluence of all these elements, different cultures coming together. And you have these nice boots with the studded details. That's very cowboy. I like this Horizon luggage in that it's rendered like a hard-sided trunk. So you have the conventional Horizon luggage bag, extendable bag pulling system, and then you have these hard-sided trunk details with this embellishment of the leather on the side, embossed leather on the side. Start just picking up on the wood below. It's textured leather and looks quite nice too. Oh, more of this camouflage. I'm sorry for you guys who actually really like camo. It's really not my thing, and I feel like this video has been dragging on for over 40 minutes, 45 to 50 minutes. Yeah, so we're drawing to an end. Oh, okay, this jacket. You can see the underside of it is completely naked. They didn't line it. So I kind of see that it's obvious that the original, I guess it must be something like a felt fabric, and then it's laser cut into these patterns that have a three-dimensional effect. Again, with the chaotic order, there's a pattern behind the chaos, and you know, it's up to your brain and your eye to figure it out. I like that. Think about how gorgeous this would have looked without the camouflage print on it though. Like, I think that it would have looked amazing. I wish that this coat, this outer coat, it looks very fragile, would have been rendered in a single color. Like, pick a color, choose it. Let's say white. Is it leather? No, I don't think it's leather. It's laser cut fabric, but it does have a structure to it, a rigidity to it, where the patterns of the laser cut LV monogram pieces and the fleur-de-lis do pop out as he moves. Oh, I like this. I like the Jill Sander bag, the paper bag thing, but done in this way. I'm just a sucker for this kind of dark chocolate brown leather. Very aged, old world. That's the word for it. It feels very old world. And I like this green. It's really nice too. With the gold foil debossing. It's beautiful. Or embossing. It looks like an embossing. So we have come to the end of the 62 slides that I have from my essay. Thank you guys for staying with me. If you have made it this long, you are certainly the MVP of this video. By now, I must have like more than 1 hour of footage, but I'm also very excited to see how you guys react to this collection. It's nice to just focus on the bags because there was so much going on. I really think Pharrell did an excellent job, and I look forward to seeing what else he has. He might not be the creative genius. I think Pharrell is a guy with great style. I do think that he's the right guy for this current moment, for LVMH, for LV. They did make the right choice for Virgil's successor. He definitely comes with a clout. Like, if you see the list of people, the VIPs that attended his debut. They're all these A-listers, and they have a lot of cultural capital. They are the people to watch of the moment. This is all culmination of capitalism even. I don't know where your ideologies lean, but I do think that this is like a celebration of capitalism even. I probably have to have some deeper thoughts into these cultural critiques, which I am not qualified to do. I'm just a luxury lover here. Anyway, I rambled on for long enough. If you like this video, please consider subscribing to my channel. Please leave me your comments in the comments section. I'm very, very interested to see what you guys have to say, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.